Hi everybody, Ben here from Art Less Ordinary. So I attempted to do one of these last night, but turned out good but not perfect. So I'm doing it again. So what I'm going to be doing is a pearl pour with metallics in rainbow colours. So I saw Julie Katz do one and I loved it. I've always loved rainbow colours, so I thought I am going to do one myself. So I've mixed up my paints, which are Americana Decor metallics. So I have soft gold, because I don't have 24K gold at the moment. I've got berry, deep sapphire, emerald, and amethyst. So I've mixed these up. They're about 5 grams paint and 10 grams Australian floetrol. Then I've made up my black, which is marte. So I've had to adjust my measurements because I don't have Artist Loft's paint. So I've got marte black, which is 55 grams paint, 110 grams floetrol, and 21 grams water. And my canvas is a 14 inch by 14 inch. So that is what I have, and I am now going to pour the paints down in a puddle and then pour the black down onto the top of it. So I'm just getting some stirring sticks because I made these paints up last night and I need to stir them before I use them. So I love these paints. I have used these quite a bit when I do my dirty pour, pearl pour combination. And we'll see how it goes this time with this. So I just should have taken my lids off before I started recording. So we're just going to give everything a little stir, just because I've mixed them up last night. Metallics I always prefer to stir just before I use. And we're just going to pour a puddle down in the center. I'm only going to use not all of it for the moment. Now I'm going to put the blue, because the blue is very deep. So I'm going to put the blue next to the gold, hoping that it takes on some of those colours. So the one I did last night turned out beautiful, but the pearls weren't as, there wasn't as many pearls as I'd hoped. So I made my black a little bit thinner because I think it was too thick, and that's why I didn't get so many. And because these are all going to blend, I don't have to do my pattern, my circles in any set pattern. I'm just putting the paint down. Because I want these to blend and make like a rainbow pattern. So hopefully making my black a little bit thinner, it will allow the pearls to push through a little bit more. And I also had too much paint, so I had to tilt off extra paint, and I think it was just, you got to learn how things work. Sometimes when you do something for the first time, it's a learning curve. That's the fun part about pouring, is going for it and seeing what happens. And I got quite different colours, so my colours are a little bit more darker in colour, not as light as the one that I saw Julie do. So hopefully it all looks awesome at the end. So there's the puddle. Now we are just going to pour the black into the middle. Okay, now I'm going to torch it and pop all those bubbles. Don't know if you can see all those bubbles popping, but there was like 1,000 tiny little bubbles in there. I find that always happens when I add water to paints, and also when I do it from a bit of a height. So I poured the black down from a little bit of a height, and I find I always get bubbles when that happens. So, happy so far. Just putting my gloves on so I can tilt. So I'm not going to make the paint move around the canvas too much. I'm just going to pour it over the edges. So just go all over the edge, come back to the middle, over this way, over the edge, come back to the middle, over the edge, come back, and then down this way. Looks like I still have a little bit more black than I had planned. Trying to get a little bit excess off. I probably would have been happier if I had a little bit less paint again. Now just stretching the paint back to the middle. And that should be about the middle there. Just going to dab a tiny bit of black on some of these corners because it doesn't always go completely over the edge. Let me just maneuver my body so I can check the back. Yep, the back's done, the sides are done. Okay, so I can see pearls forming. Let's just hope they continue to form and grow and get bigger. Otherwise I'm going to have to mix up more paint to do a third attempt. I'm just going to torch some of these bubbles out. Sorry, forgot to turn notifications off. Now, before I do too much more, I'm going to just scrape my edges. Alrighty, that part's done. So I always prefer to scrape my edges earlier on while I can. Now, as you can see, there is pearls all the way around the edge. Let's just hope they continue to develop and fill up that middle area a little bit more. And also I want them to get a bit bigger. They don't have to. I don't mind small cells. Or pearls, whichever we like to call them, but I want more. So this is going to develop in the next probably 10 to 15 minutes. So my best part is to just leave it and let it do its thing and see what happens. So I am going to, there's a little glob here I just have to get out. There we go. I think that was the only one. Now there's a second one here, but alright, that's it. I'm not going to mess with it anymore. So I'm going to pause the camera and I'm going to let this develop over 10 minutes and then we'll come back and see what happens. Okay, so more notifications, sorry. So it's been 10 minutes and the pearls have developed more. So really cool. I'm loving the amount of colours that there are. And they're multicoloured cells too. So you've got like purple with pink on the inside. You've got some, there's not many gold, but there's a couple of gold here with blue in the centre. And a little bit more gold over here. So the gold might have just been a little bit off with its consistency. But it's definitely a kind of a green corner and a purple corner. And over here's kind of a bluey area. And here's more green and pink and blue. Super happy. I was hoping a little bit more would come up around the center. But all in all, I love it. So sometimes you would want a little bit more. But I'm super happy with what I've got. So I love this. I love the pearls. Or cells, whatever they're called, but they're awesome. So I'm going to bring you down for a close-up. So there we go. So the lighting is making the pearls reflect, so they're not coming up the true colour completely, but absolutely love how there's these all the way around. So as you can see, that side there, including that top corner, is more green. This is a purple and pink area. All of these ones which are coming up a different colour, they're all blue. And then we got more kind of pinks and blues and mixture of colours down here. And there's me in the reflection. How you going? So let's come down for a close-up of how these pearls look. See the colours in them? Multicoloured. Super shimmery. The camera just doesn't like picking them up as... yeah, like these ones here. Let's see if I can get closer. There we go. See how there's multicolours inside these? Really awesome. These are all blue, but they're not coming. That my lighting is, there we go. Can I cover that light a little bit? And then we go over to these green ones. Really nice shaped. Really nice colours. Can't wait to try more. But yeah, super thrilled. So the first one didn't get as many cells that I tried, and I had to tip off, and I had so much paint that I had to tip off a whole bunch of paint off this corner, and it ended up just making the cells go out of shape a little bit, and I got cells all the way, or pearls all the way up in this corner, but none down here because that's where I tipped off all the excess paint. So this time I adjusted, I used less paint and I made it a little bit thinner. So I am quite pleased with how this has turned out. So let me know what you think. So like normal, comment, like, share the video, and subscribe if you have not already. And make sure you click the bell and then hit all. So thanks very much, everyone. Hopefully I can do something a little bit different with this again next time. That's the fun part, trying something slightly different each time you do it and see what turns out. So have a good evening, and I'll see you again for another pour very soon. Alright, bye.